Hello everyone, I'm very happy and proud. I have with me Dr. Aditya Sudan. He is none other than rank 38 in November AIIMS postgraduate entrance exam. So first of all, I would like to congratulate you, Aditya, on your wonderful performance. How do you feel about it?
Very happy.
Very happy. So he's a little shy boy, but I'm sure I'm going to be able to take out what he has done so that he can help you guys as well to plan your studies. So just to begin with, Aditya has been a regular batch student with us, and so Aditya, our your juniors or colleagues would want to know what was your way of preparing for the entrance exam.
I just concentrated on whatever concepts you people taught in class.
Okay.
And then whatever my strong subjects are, I studied those, however I felt was most appropriate. And wherever I was weak, I just blindly followed whatever Dams was teaching. That's how I approached it.
Okay. And okay, so what about the questions? Did you practice questions regularly?
No, because I had house urgency in between, so I didn't have time to do it.
Okay, so you just did the notes?
Yeah, I did the notes, and then at the end, I did the last 2 or 3. In your class, you had said that do the last 2 or 3 years in our AIIMS questions.
Yes.
So I just did that.
Okay.
And then I corrected whatever went wrong, tried to understand where I had got wrong.
Okay.
That's about it.
That's great. And that worked for you,
Yeah,
right? And worked very well. Wonderful. And also, Aditya, since we were talking about, although you did say that you've done only notes and you've sort of revised them, did you practice the grand tests? And do you think that it is a good thing to do to practice a mixed bag of questions?
Yeah, it is. It gives you an idea about how the actual exam is going to go, and what your preparation is like in various subjects. Even your good subjects, how do you match up with everyone else?
Right.
And in your weak subjects, how can you improve?
Right.
Like
so it helps you plan up what is weak and what needs to be tackled.
Yes.
That's great. Okay. And Aditya, because AIIMS is a prestigious institute, and a lot of us want to go there. So they would want to know that when it comes to AIIMS, what do you think would be important to focus on, maybe for people who are trying to appear for May AIIMS next year?
Okay. In the subjects, I think micro, path, then to an extent medicine, but mostly surgical specialties and micro and path are very important.
Okay.
Pharmac also important.
Okay.
And basic also. Basic subjects are always important.
Yeah.
Then and then when you have to approach it in a systematic manner. Like they ask you questions that are very basic. They won't ask you very high level questions.
That's right.
But then you have to be very clear with your basics.
So which means attending classes was useful, because
Very useful,
we would start from scratch and only then build you up on it. So I think that's what we all have been talking about, that it's not about unusual things, it's about knowing your basics well, and that is why as I said, attending classes and clearing the concepts and learning the application makes it very, very important. And Aditya, how many questions did you attempt in the exam?
I didn't attempt too many. I just tried 177.
177. Great. And which means maybe you've done less mistakes or silly mistakes, as people say. So you've hit.
Actually, I was planning to do more, but in the end, I didn't have time left.
So anything that you would want to tell them about time management as well, because you do feel that it's a constraint?
Yeah, you have to practice a lot of questions. I had a constraint. I didn't have much time to prepare. But had I had time, I would have practiced more questions.
Right. So I think towards the end, giving grand test or giving mock test is going to be very useful, because it trains you to do those 300 questions or 200 odd questions in the timed frame, and then you know how to approach it. That's great. And did you give the CBT and the AIIMS mock, Aditya? And how did you score in that?
CBT I did well. I got 32nd rank.
So that was quite close to your real rank as well, which is 38. So yes, CBT, because a large number of students are giving it, it does quite match up to your real this thing. Okay, and what about, you do have a lot of visual questions in AIIMS, Aditya. So what about your approach to the visual questions?
I concentrated on the DVT slides that you and all the teachers had shown, and then in Path, I went through all the questions, all the visual slides in Robbins.
Okay, okay. So attending DVT was useful for you?
Yeah, very useful.
And did it help in rapid revision as well?
Yeah, and actually it was like, what topics don't you know, that also became very clear, just because all topics are not covered in all the final CBT means the exams.
Yes.
So what are the most important topics and how do you match it with,
And I think especially if you have to know how to revise a subject in a short time, so it gives you the most high yielding things which you can take on and then use it as a revision plan. That's great. And Aditya, do you think the exclusive club is a good place to be in?
Yes, it's a very useful thing, especially some rare questions that come in AIIMS and JIPMER and exams like that.
Yeah, this time we have had a lot of questions directly from the updates. In fact, one of the updates that I gave just a couple of days before JIPMER came in the exam as well. Right. So, and do you think the faculty is answering the queries and it is useful for you?
Yes, the faculty has always been very useful. I mean, it's very helpful and always, willing to explain anything, right from the basics to the most complicated things.
That's great. And since you've done very well securing rank 38 in the Apex Institute, your juniors would want to know what to do, especially a month or two before the exams. What should they do at that time so that they do as well as you?
They should first of all not freak out. Just remain calm, revise your notes, and don't learn anything new. Just revise whatever you have learned and understand what are your weak points and try to revise that again and again.
Okay. So revision would be from what? I mean, the notes that you've made.
Yeah, if you are fast at revising the notes, you can finish the notes. But DVT is very useful in the final revision.
Very good. Okay, and again, we would want to know how many MCQs or did you do MCQs before the exam?
Just sporadically in between. I didn't have time for that.
So I think, which means doing the notes was the most high yielding thing for you, and yes, I think it has worked very well. So that is really great. Okay, and anything special that you want to tell them when you are talking about entrance exams and your preparation? Anything that you want to talk about how they should be doing or planning their strategy with a regular course, because they might want to know that how should you actually approach when you're going for your class, and what do you exactly do there?
You should just follow whatever is being taught. Every week, whatever is taught, you should try to cover it in that week, not leave anything for the end.
Okay.
And try to be very clear with the concepts that are taught.
Okay.
Means you might forget, the memory-based stuff.
That's true.
Concepts stay with you. So, and that can be relied upon even at the end.
Yes.
So that is most important.
Okay. Great. And so any teacher or faculty do you think that made
sir, yours was the first class.
Okay, mine was the first class.
I mean, I actually, I already liked medicine, but after his medicine class, I was like even more in love with medicine. So
that's great. Yes, I'm sure Dr. Arvind does a fantabulous job with medicine. He's really good at it. That's wonderful.
Yes.
And what branch do you want to pursue?
Ideally, medicine.
Medicine. That's what he wants to do. All right. And I'm sure that you're going to do very, very well, no matter what branch you take up. You're a bright child, and I'm sure the interview helps people to at least find out what should be the strategy with the regular course and how they should go about it. And again, just emphasizing that even if you do not do a lot of MCQs, but you're very thorough with your notes, that's what he has done, can fetch you top ranks, right? So I think the notes are very high yielding, and more importantly, attending the class, I think. So that is something that I want to know from you. A lot of people want to find out, shortcuts, so they would not actually attend the class but get the notes. Do you think that is useful?
No, it's not very useful. Means you might be good at one subject, but then there are 19 subjects, so you need help. And the teachers are, after all, they're very intelligent and they're experts in their own field.
Yes.
So it really helps to just listen to what they're trying to do.
And I think it is the approach to the question that matters more than actually the facts from it. That's great. So any last piece of advice for all your listeners there?
Yeah, just stay calm, enjoy yourself and do your best. That's all.
All right. So very simple. Stay calm, do your best, and what else did you say?
enjoy it.
Enjoy. All right. I think that's the key. You have to enjoy what you do, and you'll automatically do very well. Okay. Thank you, Aditya, for being with us here, and we wish you all the very best for all your future endeavors.
Thank you.